And so far, we've actually brought down the what I would call the overdraft at central bank, and brought it down from 8 trillion naira to just above 4 trillion naira now. And we have line of sight of bringing it down by another 2 trillion naira, chiefly by taking on the responsibility and the challenge of raising funds through the market, which is the correct thing to do for the system as a whole, and in order to keep the money supply in check and play our own part in that important fight against inflation. We are allowed an element of funding by the central bank. It's just that it had gone way above the limit. So our commitment was actually to do our level best to come down to within the limit and stay there. And very shortly, we will clearly have line of sight of that limit. Under President Bola Tinubu, the central bank is autonomous by statute, and the president intends to, being a man who sticks to the rule of law, intends to live up to both the spirit and the letter of the Central Bank Act. I think it is one government under one president, and so he sets the direction of travel. He sets the overall economic goals, and we work towards them. And as we know, Central Bank has set an inflation guidance, at least for 2024, and we all have a role to play in following that guidance. And in the case of the fiscal authorities, the elevated interest rates that were signaled by Central Bank, we've met that challenge by funding ourselves at those higher levels, because the benefit is the inflow of foreign exchange. And so I suppose that speaks to our own contribution to stabilization of the exchange rate. Well, I think we're always interested in managing our liabilities, maximizing our funding sources, and of course, one of them that has even opened up again is the Eurobond market. Benin Republic has gone, Cote d'Ivoire has gone, and I think even Kenya. So it is something that we have in our sights. We have our international advisors and our usual managers and book runners, and we're listening to them. And I think perhaps it's a question of when, and that market timing is a skill which they are very, very good at. And so we're listening to them whilst getting ready to take the opportunity that suits us best in approaching the international market. But we believe it's open for us, and we are happy that we do have that as an option.
Could it be this year? Could it be this year?
It could, but then again, it may not be. Honestly, timing is a function of the markets, and as you can see, everything, the Fed funds rate and interest rate seem to be is very unclear what's going to happen next and when.